先指出佢係。
Well, thank you, Nicholas. So how do you guys feel today, being here?
First class.
First class. This is coming from the top scorers. What about those of you who are here joining us from the SBR and the taxation paper? How do you guys feel? I don't get a response. This is so sad. Okay. So anyway, we have with us our alumni from different batches throughout the years who have graduated with us. So I know you, but they don't know you. So maybe you can start with a brief introduction of yourselves. Let's start with Huisan.
Hi everyone, I'm Huisan.
Hi.
I graduated in June 2016. So it's kind of like 2 years now since I graduated. And I'm currently in tax transfer pricing in Deloitte, Malaysia for a while now. And I tried audit before, but I chose tax.
Hi, my name is Siti Eva. I graduated from the December 2017 batch. I've been working in Standard B for 4 years now. And now I'm in the risk management department.
Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Chan and Sultan for inviting all of us here today. And congratulations to all of you. So first of all, my name is Jita Balsubramaniam, and I graduated from ACCA in KDU from December 2016. And I'm currently with KDU. I'm an associate consultant in transfer pricing department, and it has been a year and a plus with them now.
Hi, my name is Carmen. I graduated since December 2016. I'm currently working in KWC as a senior associate. I worked for 1.5 years.
Right, so all of you now know who they are. So, do you guys want to be like them in the future? Yes, right? Right, that's one of the reasons why we invited them over actually, to inspire you, so that you know, you have a rough idea on what to expect in the coming future after you graduate from ACCA. So, but now you guys are all still students, right? So I'm sure you want to know more of like tips on how to actually pass your exams and your papers. Am I right? Right. Okay, so, Siti, when you were studying, what I know is that you actually are working. You're working, you were studying, and you were also managing your house chores in your family, right? So how did you actually manage to balance all this? And also passing your paper in the first attempt?
When I did my ACCA, I was working. Also, I got married halfway through, but I managed to pass everything first time. So, I think the most important is for you to have the passion. You need to know the reason why you want to take it. If you have the motivation, then only especially for part-time students, you need to come to class after working hours. You need to come during weekends. So only with the passion that you have, only with that you can push yourself. And the second one is to have a strong support system, because you're not going to be motivated 100% of the time. There are some times that you're going to be down, you're going to be depressed with work, with your friends. You can go out with your friends, you can come to class. And then with this support system, your family, the lecturers, the sponsors, they're the ones who's going to motivate you and push you to go to these classes. So it's passion and also the support system.
Right, so passion, support system. So that's how she balanced. So for full-time students, that is something to do. For part-time students, that's something that you can look out for. But for full-time students, all three of them, Carmen, Jita and Huisan, were full-time students with us. And they were all actually part of the PAC club, which we just gave some recognition award as well for the recent years. How did you guys balance as full-time students to actually balance your studies as well as organizing all the events?
Hi. So how do we balance our time? So first, it's down to commitment and also your discipline. So sometimes you might say, I don't have time to do this. I don't have motivation to come to class. Why? So then, when these things come, then it's all down to your commitment and your discipline to get things done. When you need to study, you study. And when you need to do work, you work. And when you need to play, you play hard as well. So all this is up to your commitment, discipline, and indirectly it will lead to better time management as well as the mentality to know when you need to put aside your phone and study, and when you should actually go for activities to meet people. So it's good to balance both. So that's how we keep the balance, because you need to balance both of your life. You can't just be studying, you can't just be playing all the time. So that's how I balance my time.
Maybe Gita, you'd like to share a little bit of your side of the story?
I started with F4 paper. So that was my first semester, F4, F5, and F6. I didn't join PAC club initially because I was scared. And then I controlled my studies and also my extracurricular activities. But then I told myself, what's all about studying? Life is not all about studying. It comes with good studying and also extracurricular activities. So I joined PAC club in the second semester. So there was like so many activities which was going on. So I was the member for the PAC car wash, HID event, MC for the dinner, and also we had PAC camp. We were working together as a team. So that was one of the part which was very motivating for me, aside of studying. So how I manage my time would be your time management matters, because you should know when to study and how to manage your extracurricular activities as well. So for me, I will do my revision at least 2 hours every day after classes. I'll just find time because I'll just go through whatever lecturers taught me, at least 1 hour, 1 to 2 hours, because it matters, because consistency is very important, and a lot of practice. So that's what matters, and also that's how you manage both studies and also your extracurricular activities.
Right. Thank you, Gita. Okay, so we heard how do you actually balance it out. So I actually like controversy. So I'm going to ask you a very controversial question, Kami. Are you ready? Do you regret joining PAC club? No. Why?
Yes, actually, they are club. I'm actually able to connect with many people. I'm actually able to learn skills that is outside of just studies, where soft skills, such as when you actually organize, let's say, a PAC camp, you need to talk to corporate people to organize like visit, company visit and everything. So you tend to able to actually know how to talk properly and how to actually converse in a very proper way, and also your email skills, writing skills will also be able to improve.
So do you think that joining the club, it actually helped you in your working life?
Yes, actually, because it actually made me more confident, and also my soft skills also became better. Yeah.
Hey. So thank you so much for all your dedication throughout the years to actually building to help to what it is today. Right, so we've covered like the base. So I'm sure you guys here sitting would want to know the more technical stuff on like tips on how to actually pass the exams, right? At least I got a yes this time. Thank you very much. Alright, so who should I start first? Since we have a lot of SBR students here today, maybe Ms. Gita, would you like to share on SBR, or formerly known as P2, when she took it, it was P2. It's always known as the heavy paper, where everyone dreads it and they go like, oh no, I'm doing P2 or SBR this semester. There's so much to learn, so much to memorize. So how did you deal with all this and manage to pass the paper?
Miss Mary. Mary was a wonderful lecturer, but I would really thank all the lecturers throughout my ACCA journey in KDU, because all the lecturers were supportive. They were always there whenever you need their help or guidance. Because for P2 it was a very heavy paper, yes it is. For the rules, the IFRS, IAS, it was just like so many things to memorize and read all your financial statement, cash flow, changes in equity, blah blah blah, whatever comes in. So yeah, it's a very heavy paper, but Miss Mary was there, she was giving us funny feelings all the time. And as the time goes through, she had so many funny feelings. Then I was like, oh, is everything coming on paper at the end of the day? So we were focusing here and there. But I would say that what's important for strategic reporting or P2 paper would be your, your application of the rules and the definition of each IFRS and also IAS are very important because those are the key points for you to apply throughout the paper. And practice your questions because practice is what helped me throughout my ECCA papers and consistency. And with Miss Mary's guidance, I managed to pass my paper at the first attempt. So yeah.
Okay, so usually people would say, what is the hardest thing in P2 or SBR? So I'm going to ask you, what was the easiest and the most fun part about studying SBR or P2?
Fun part about studying P2. I'm trying to recall. I think getting easy marks in the paper. Especially when, because Miss Mary was guiding us where to get easy marks when you do your financial positions, your financial statements and all. So I think that was the easy part of the paper because like depreciation and all the calculation gives you an easy mark. So it's not that difficult at the end of the day. There are chances to pass the paper. So that's what I would say.
Thank you, Gina. I always get questions, especially for students who are doing the essential papers. They always come to me and say, I need to complete another 2 more option papers, but there are 4 options. I don't know which one to choose. So maybe, Carmen, you can share a bit on what you think of doing the Advanced Audit Assurance paper. It's always known as being a very theoretical paper, a lot of reading, no competition, where all of us would usually avoid, right? So why did you choose the paper? And maybe you want to share a little bit on your experience with the paper.
Actually, why I choose P7 is because I really target going into an audit assurance firm. So I'm thinking that taking P7 will actually make me to have a better base in terms of audit. P2 actually helped me out also in P7 because of understanding all the IFRS, ISA. You're able to actually apply when you're doing all the critical questions, answering them via those standards. Actually, how I study for actually P7 is more like after mock exam. I actually discipline myself by doing every day 1 paper, and I would actually send it to my lecturer, and then she would actually mark it for me, and we would meet up in college, and then she would actually discuss with me my weaknesses, what should I improve answering the paper, and so on until the end of the exam.
Right. Do you feel like there were a lot of linkages between P2 and P7? Do you have to have a very strong knowledge of P2 to answer P7 questions? Or is it more of just understanding?
It's more like just understanding. You don't really need a very strong base where you have to get your P2 like 18 marks or 17 marks, that kind of thing. You just have to understand the principle and how the accounting works for P2. Then you'll be able to actually answer through P7.
So, do you guys have a clearer picture now about P7? Okay. Right, so we've covered P7. Maybe Miss Siti, our top scorer for P5. Maybe you can share a little bit about P5. Right. Before, I'm sure you would have that same thoughts, like which option should you choose, right? What made you choose P5 and what was the difference Like before you attended the classes and after you attended the classes, what was the main misconceptions that you actually have about the paper?
I chose P5 because I really love P3 papers. So my seniors always told me that P3 have some basic. If you're good in P3, it's better for you to take P5 because it's easier for you. And I'm the kind of person I like more on strategy, so that's why I took P5. P7 is audit. I'm not in audit, so that's not an option for me. So I took P5. In the first class, there's only 10 of us. Second class, even less. It's very difficult. During the first test, we got the results. No one passed. So that was a shock because I never passed. I never failed any papers. So I was like, because during the class, the topic, the content that's being shared, it's quite easy. You can understand in class, but why is it when you do the exam, it's very difficult for you to answer? So after the first class, then Mr. Chan helps a lot because he's very strict. Moreover, with this being my final paper, I was very tense because I want to have straight pass. Then, because he's very strict, but then he gave the guidance. P5 is more about the exam technique because the knowledge, it's very easy for you to grasp the knowledge, but for you to understand the exam techniques. So as soon as you understand fully on the exam techniques, it helps you to answer it better. Also, you need to time yourself because sometimes we always have the knowledge, but we don't have enough time to write everything on the paper. So that's why students fail. But I think if you really like concepts or strategy, it is very good for you to take P5 because it doesn't matter if you're in audit or you're in manufacturing, as long as you're a manager, P5 can help you in your everyday life. It taught you about decision making, about KPI. So I would say P5 is very good, but I know that now P5 is not offered, right?
I would like to correct that statement. P5 will actually be offered from January 2019.
So you can take P5, it's very interesting.
How did you actually, I noticed that you have shared some photos of very beautiful and very colorful set of notes. So do you want to share with them on how did you actually study for the paper?
For the paper, in class, because I'm a part-time student, I always sit at the front. I'm very focused. I don't care about anything else. I'm just focused to the lecturer because this is the only time that we can get all the knowledge because my classes for P5 is after office hour, so 6:30 until 10. So might as well when you're there, you need to focus. With focusing, it becomes easy for you to answer. Every time you answer the paper, we submit to Mr. Chan. There's always like red everywhere, mistakes. So we learn from that, and then I did my own notes. I tried to do it immediately a day after, because after office hour, because I know if you want to wait until next week, and then you're gonna like wait, and it's not gonna be done at all. So even for my first paper, what I did was I did my own notes. So when you're into your exam or your mock test, you don't need to bring the thick textbook, you just bring your notes. So a lot of it is by doing your own notes and also doing the passive questions.
Do you have any regrets choosing this paper?
Not at all, because now I'm doing my MBA. It also helps a lot in my MBA classes, and also for your, in your working life, you need to set your KPIs. So I would say I did the best KPIs for my department because we learn it in P5.
Thank you, Stephen. Puisan, our very adventurous and motivated person in PAC Club when she was in the board. You did something which most of us here probably would not even think about touching, which is the Oxford Brookes University degree, OBU. Do you want to share a little bit about it? What is it about? And why did you choose to do it? And how did it actually help you in your working life now?
So, who here heard about OBU? A lot of you, I guess. Yeah, so OBU is actually, it's offered by Oxford Brookes University in partnership with ACCA. So you need to take exams until F9, and then you will be able to do the project. And by completing the project as well as the presentation, then you'll be awarded a degree. So essentially you get an extra degree. Because most of us, as a full-time student, we only have the ACCA and CAT-ACCA qualification, which is sufficient in one sense. But having a degree cert does help in other ways. I would like to share how. So being a full-time student here means that most of the classes are exam-based. All the classes are exam-based. So you just study, and exam. So you don't get to like do what normal degree students do, which is actually a very essential skills, where you actually do research, and then you analyze and present in a report. So you have to write a report. It's not as tough as it is, because you actually have a mentor, and my mentor is Miss Wong. So Miss Wong really helped as he guided me through the project, which was quite interesting, actually a business and financial analysis of a company, a real company. Not just like you created your own company. So I did Maxis versus DG. So that I produced a report. So that really helped in the sense that I actually get the chance to write a report and also do a presentation on my findings. And how does it help? With all these skills, because basically I was studying my P papers while I was doing my OBU. So that means more time management that needs to be done. So then that will help with my time management, and thankfully I managed to pass all my P papers as well as finally pass my OBU with the help of Miss Wong and her encouragement, as well as being like motivated to actually get the degree. And also because why I want to do OBU is in the next 1 year I plan to do my masters. So I think that this foundation, besides my ACCA, will actually help me get an entry into it and also help with my masters. So that's why. So if any of you have think about what I just said, like you actually want to learn about writing skills, presentation, actually improve on your Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, then you can consider doing it. It's very worth it, and it's not that hard. So you just need to do it. Yeah. So.
While doing your research, you had to collect a lot of data. Like you said, you were doing the telecommunications industry, right? Maxis, DGML. Was data collection like difficult, or how did you manage to actually process the relevance of the data that you collected for your research?
So about data collection, it actually depends on your topic. There's like 20 topics last time I did. So one of my topic actually require only secondary data. Means you don't really have to interview real respondents. Like some final year project in degree, you have to actually get interview. So mine is secondary data, means I just refer to books, internet, as well as websites. So all my data actually come from online, and then all the like financial statement, you actually have to analyze all the balance sheet, profit and loss, the real balance sheet. So then, how do I assess whether it's relevant? Would be through past year projects, mentors, guidance, and also like my own judgment whether it's actually relevant. So you actually train your mind to think like a working adult, because you actually have to analyze their financial statement. You don't just write whatever you want. So I actually have the chance to do financial analysis and all those, as well as business analysis. So actually trains your mind to know what's happening in the real world. So like I just said, relevance through my own understanding, with guidance of mentor, and also past year's projects.
Right. Thank you, Prism. So do you guys feel a little clearer now about OBU? There were a few times I know some of you have come and asked me, so I hope that this has cleared up your doubts. So all of you are now already out there working. Where do you see yourself in the coming years? Maybe we start with Lisa.
So I see, like I mentioned earlier, I will be doing my masters in 1 year. So I actually approached Mr. Chan and so Ms. Wong to help to be my referee. So then I'll be doing masters in taxation. I plan to do it in UK. And so that will take about 1 year. So after doing masters in taxation, I hope that I'll be able to come back with better understanding of the policies, be able to contribute back. Now that I'm actually in a practice, I will actually want to be on the regulator side, which is on the inland revenue side, be able to contribute in policy making, in audits, tax audits, and then we will see from there what. So that will be my 5 years plan.
Currently, I'm doing my MBA. Mr. Chan is also my referee when I was applying. In a few years' time, I see myself to complete my MBA and also want to do my doctorate as well. That's my long-term plan. Career-wise, I've been in seminary for 4 years. So as soon as I got the ACCA qualification, because I did while doing part-time, as soon as I complete the final paper, I got admitted as a member as well because I completed my 3 years experience. So I started to look out for jobs, and let me tell you, ACCA really does help a lot. When these employers see ACCA behind your name, they're really impressed. I don't know why, but they're very impressed. They're like, wow, you do ACCA. So I was like, okay. And when I went for the interview, I went for an interview as assistant manager. But then because of ACCA, they bumped it into manager. So previously I don't see myself being manager at the age of 28 because in commercial line it's very difficult for you to go up. It's unlike in audit firm, it's quite easy. So I think with ACCA, it really does help a lot for you to go up your career path.
I think seeing like how Lisa, of course I'm looking forward to further my studies, doing my masters in another 2 to 3 years time, and also provided given the opportunity, I would like to fly overseas, probably to work overseas for a few years to gain my experience. And moving forward, I would like to explore other lines, also other commercial lines as well, to gain more experience and also to climb the hierarchy in corporate law. So that would be my plan for governance.
For me, it would also be the same, where I would like to actually climb the career ladder to understand more. Because by doing audit, right, you get to understand the whole different company, how they work and how they actually manage their organization. So as you progress up the ladder, right, you actually deal with different people. You deal with much higher people like CFO, CEO. Even at my level, I will deal with them, but it's not as much as my manager. So you get to actually have a discussion with them. You actually are able to know their thought process and how they manage the company. So from there, you actually gain more experience and know what you want to do further on. Yeah.
Thank you. So we are reaching almost the end of our alumni sharing. So let me ask this very, very controversial, not really controversial, but I think it's an interesting question. Is there something that you would like to change or that you would like to share with them that you wish you knew when you were a student? You wish someone came to you and said like, hey, this, when you were a student that you now know, but you didn't know when you were studying back then. Maybe, Carmen, since you're holding the mic.
It's more like I want to actually truly know how does the working world looks like when I was a college student or uni student. Because actually when you step into college, step into working life, it's a totally different world compared to actually uni. Because in uni, you have your lecturers, you have your parents actually guiding you and also shielding you from anything outside of the working world, corporate world, anything. But once you step out of it, your management or your company will have a certain expectation for you. So you actually have to manage it. If you don't manage it, then you would actually be left behind. That's how actually quite cool how the corporate world is. So you will actually have to be ready and also ensure that you are prepared to face all this.
Thank you. Jita?
If you ask me, I think your Microsoft skills. So as we all know, ECC is more paper-based exam. So we rarely use Microsoft Word, Excel, and other Microsoft applications because we don't really use it for our papers because we don't research at all. So if I was given the opportunity, I would like to polish my Microsoft skills because it really matters in the working world. Because your seniors will be having the expectation for you to use certain tools in Microsoft, and those are the expectations that you're supposed to meet. And I wish I knew it before joining work, because you will be learning throughout your working life as well, but it will take time for you to really understand and grasp the tools in Microsoft, because there are so many things for you to learn, especially Excel. So if you ask me, that is what my advice would be. Please polish your Microsoft skills. So that's it.
For me, I wish I knew back then when I was doing my diploma and degree that for accounting students, there's much more than audit firms and also being finance executive in commercial line. I wish I knew there's a lot more area for us to go in. Like for example, now I'm in risk management. You can go into corporate governance, compliance. These are the market that is more niche. For example, now I'm in risk management and it's quite difficult to find accounting ACCA students that wanted to go into risk management, but they don't know that these areas is very niche. Therefore, you can demand more. It pays very well. So maybe you should think risk management as one of your future paths because it's very interesting and you shouldn't confine yourself to only going to the audit firms or you want to be finance executive.
So I think what all of them say is very true. That I wish that I knew when I was a student. So I'll add on it. There are two things. So when you're a student, you have all the time in the world. You don't have to. You can don't come for class if you don't want to, but you can't just say don't come to work. So cherish your time. Remember that time is very precious when you're a student, especially because you might not be able to find that in the next maybe 5 or 10 years until you establish yourself. So what I would say would be like continue to build up your skills when you're a student. So don't just study, build up different skills because you have all the time in the world. Like I didn't know that there was a Toastmasters club in KDU College. It's not KDU's college, but they actually meet here every 2 weeks in KDU College. It's the Utama at Once Toastmasters Club. And I only joined Toastmasters Club after I entered into the corporate world. And I find that it really helps because there's a platform for you to do your public speaking, meet different people because they're all working adults mostly. So actually you can expand your network. So this is one example I wish I knew when I was a student in KU. I didn't know they were meeting here right in my college and I was finding for it. No, I wasn't really finding, but I was hoping there was, but I didn't find. So my advice would be to build your skills. And second would be to start your own thing if you can. Like because you have time, right? You can start studying because you have a lot of things to do. But maybe you like to write, so you can start writing now for free, for fun. Because actually, when you keep writing and writing, one day maybe who knows, someone will like your writing. Because now I want to write, but I have no time. Yeah, I have other things that I have to prioritize. So start writing, or maybe like you want to keep fit. Don't say you want to keep fit like this year and then you never do it. And then when you go to working life, you realize I should have gone to the gym or run when I was a student because now I have time. So at least when you do it when you were younger in school, in college, then you will have the habit. So you will feel like it's part of your life really. So you won't really stop exercising when you are in school.
So any one of you here interested in risk management, a career in risk management? It pays very well, it says. Right, maybe we want to wrap up the session with just a word of advice on, what you would like to advise our current students right now.
I think I said earlier, but I'll give a quote then. So when you do something, aim for the moon. Like aim to the highest, beyond what you expect of yourself. Like maybe you feel like I cannot reach there, but aim it anyway to the moon. So like even if you don't reach the moon, which is like the highest, there's only one moon, right? Even if you don't reach the moon, you actually land up among the stars. So at least you're close to the moon, even though you're not the moon, but you're still somebody out there, stars. We all admire stars, right? So aim for the moon, and even if you don't get there, you will be among the stars.
Thank you for your service. What about you, Siti?
My advice would go to, especially for the part-time students, because I know how difficult it is to juggle between work, coming to classes after office hours, during weekend. So it is tough, it is difficult, but then you need to stay strong. You need to just go through, even if you fail, you just need to go through it again, because in the end, it is very worthwhile, trust me. The hardship that you go through, especially as part-time students, the sweetness that you feel is different from the full-time students. You will be very happy when you pass everything.
So since Chris started with a quote, probably I'll quote another one. So the journey of a thousand miles starts with a single step. I think all of us know this. So as you all know, ACCA is a professional qualification, which is a ticket for you to progress your career. So work hard. Don't be afraid of failures, because keep trying no matter how many times you fail, because at the end of the day you will definitely pass and you will get a professional qualification, which is ACCA. So that would be my advice.
For me would be know how to have fun. So technically everything you do or any challenge you face, you must always find the light in it. You must always know that not everything is the end of the world. So you must never give up.
Thank you to all our learners here today. They will be with us during lunch. So please, if you have any questions, you may approach them to ask if you want to have any personal advice that you'd like to seek from them. I would like to invite Mr. Chan, our academic department head, to come on stage to actually give our alumni some token of appreciation. And thank you to all our alumni for agreeing to actually take some time off to actually come and be here today. Thank you very much. So I'd like to pass the floor back over to our dashingly handsome MC today, Nicholas.
Thank you, Judy, for the sweet words. Alright, I hope all of you have, gained some